will create the best offense for you. And we have a bunch of defensive-minded guys. Dwight has been a defensive player of the year. JaVale has always been very good defensively. AD as well. Avery, Danny was first-team all-defense last year. I've been on a couple of defensive teams as well, and KCP has always been solid. Rondo, when he comes back, and everyone is just buying into that. And if we can do that and just be on the string throughout the course of a game, then it's going to give our offense even better opportunities.
All right, Shannon, should LeBron be excited about his team's defensive capabilities?
They should, Skip, because they're big, they're a tall team.
Yeah.
They got guys that can protect the paint. Anthony Davis is as good a big at he can defend the pick and roll, he can protect the paint, he can protect the rim. So he's good. Dwight Howard is a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. JaVale McGee is always in the top as far as block shots. As he mentioned, Avery Bradley is good perimeter defender. Danny Green is not what he once was, but he still can hound you a little bit. Rondo, although is not thought of, and he's not the on-ball defender as a Pat Beverly, but he has long arms, and he once, if I'm not mistaken, led the league in steals.
He can disrupt.
He gets a lot of deflection, kind of like Lonzo Ball.
Yep.
Does a great job of playing lanes, understanding where the guy wants to go with the ball, getting his hand in there, getting a deflection. And as LeBron mentioned, KCP is a solid defender. LeBron, although not what he once was, you see what I've seen in the first 3 games, Skip, and I know it's a very, very small sample size, LeBron seems to be more engaged defensively the first 3 games than at any point over the last couple of years.
I'll buy that.
And I think that has a lot to do with it, Skip, because he's shouldering less of an offensive load.
Okay.
He's not being required to score 30 points on a nightly basis or grab 10, 12 rebounds or dish out. I believe that he will have a lead, average double-digit assist, but his rebounding total is going to come down because, as you saw Sunday night, Dwight had 10, JaVale had 14, JaVale chipped in, LeBron had a couple. So LeBron is not going to have the offensive load that he once did. So he'll be able to exert a little more. I'm not saying that he's going to do that on a nightly basis because, Skip, the guy still is in the year 17. We can't lose sight of that. So I don't want LeBron out there, trying to be sitting in that chair and trying to be Alvin Robertson, and guarding people all over the court. But just, we'll give you like 40% effort. That should be good.
40%?
On the defensive end.
40% from your best player on the defensive end?
No,
you're accepting that?
Yeah, that's going to be good enough.
You're actually endorsing
That's
that?
going to be good enough, Skip Bayless.
Really?
Good enough, because we're going to run him into that alley.
Really?
And let JaVale and Dwight Howard and the AD bash him
Play a
over the
little
head.
matador.
Yeah,
You guys get it.
No. We ain't just lay him.
Yeah.
We just going to funnel him in there. Say, okay, now I run you to one of them trapped in trees, all them arms everywhere. Get some quick baskets like that. But, Skip, they're going to have to be they're not a great 3-point shooting team. They're going to have to defend because they still play that, if I'm not mistaken, Skip, they play it with the slowest pace through the first 3 games. So they're going to have to get some cheap basket steals, get out on the break and try to get some easy baskets in that way. But I think LeBron understands in order for you to win in this league, you're going to have to play defense. And they have the pieces. Now, I'm not saying, are they going to be the Clippers? No. No, they're not going to be the Clippers. But they have the pieces in place to be a lot better defensively this year than what they were last year. And I think that's a mindset. Defense is all about mindset, Skip.
Yep.
I'm not going to let you take me off the dribble this time. So we got this.
So you got this.
Got it.
So this is what I got. I got LeBron saying, I've been on a couple of defensive teams, meaning I can play a little defense too.
He can.
The last time LeBron James made first-team all-defense was 2013. That's a long time ago. The last time he even made second-team all-defense was 2014. Since then, no teams all-defense.
No.
So 2014, and we're going on 2020 here. So this is a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So when I first looked today and thought, God, the Lakers are allowing the 3rd fewest points in the league, I thought, that's pretty good. Is that a tribute to their new defensive mindset? Nope, it's a tribute to what you just brought up. They walk the ball up the court like nobody else because in pace, they are the slowest team in the league. And I know it's a small sample size, but what we do know is that LeBron has been playing the point, and he is playing slow at point. He is walking the ball into the offense quite a bit.
Right.
And his dribbling out front is not to create, it's more to sort of survey, you know, like what do I like here this time? And usually the surveillance leads to just a little wing pass out to AD, and then you do it. You go, right? I've seen way too much of that. So the point is they're 20th, tied for 20th in points scored, So that's not all that great. So their average score is 106 for them, 100 for the opposition.
Right.
And they played one good team, and they played, I'm not sure about the rest of it because I told you Bogdanovich did not play.
Bogey don't want to see us.
He doesn't want to see you. So he just sat that one because he didn't want to deal.
It doesn't matter. We're going to give him that work.
Because he knew LeBron was going to sit in that chair on him.
All Bogey remembers is Game 7. 45, 8-7. That's what he remembered.
He remembered LeBron taking this weird exit stage left where he went to the locker room for no apparent reason.
You know, Skip, the man had
cramps and he was walking just fine. It didn't look like he was cramped at all. And he just exited.
He had cramps.
Inexplicable.
You had cramps. He wasn't paralyzed.
And guess who took over the game? Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love scored 8 points.
It over. He scored 8 points in about like 2 clock minutes.
But did he have 20 points total?
Yeah, he did.
No.
Okay. Well, but I mean, he changed the game. He saved the game. When LeBron came back in, they had gone from like up 2 to up 8.
Right.
Ball game.
But if LeBron hadn't done what he done, they wouldn't even been up, Skip. You know that.
That was the Indiana Pacers we're talking about. Survived.
Oh, they play basketball. They don't play basketball.
Okay. So the point here is that it's hard to be a defensive juggernaut when your best player, LeBron James, no longer has the mindset that you're talking about.
Right.
Because he's more offense than defense. You just gave him the 40% pass.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay? So it's hard for them to be the Clippers because the Clippers are going to take extreme pride in playing defense.
Except Sunday when Book cooked everybody that was on the court. Oh, Devin Booker cooked Pat Bev, fouled him out, cooked Kawhi. Kawhi wanted no part of that.
Oh, really?
Nope. Nope. Didn't want Book.
Triple-double in that game.
No, all I you should have cut out some of those points and assists and D'd up on Book.
Really?
Book him, Dano.
Last night, number 2 had 2 steals and 3 blocks. Is that good? That's pretty
What about,
good.
hold up. What did my guy do against that same team?
Against switch team.
The Hornets.
Yeah.
Oh, now, hold on. You say the Hornets are going to be the worst team. Now you just hyping them. Now, did they get better between the time they played LeBron and when they played Kawhi? Because yesterday you told me they were some garbage. Now you hyping them. What Kawhi did. I'm trying to figure out.
It's hard for the Clippers to take them very seriously after what the Lakers did to them. Right?
So that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of harsh, but okay.
Okay.
Fine.
But hold up. No, we deal with y'all on Christmas. We're going to deal with y'all on Christmas. On Christmas.
You better.
We're going to deal with y'all on Christmas.
Ready. So the problem right now is LeBron is playing point guard, and I thought he would play faster. Maybe he will start playing faster because they need to start pushing the ball because
you got to get some easy buckets.
You got to get some head of steam buckets, where you're flying down the court.
But he did that in the fourth quarter, Skip. You remember he exploded for like 4. Yeah.
I would agree. So what do we hear from our man Frank Vogel, who's on the hottest seat in the NBA right now? Because this team is going to be hard to coach, especially with those assistants sitting down the bench.
Yeah.
Because they've all got big opinions, and they got good opinions because they've been there and done all that.
Yep.
Jason Kidd, Lionel Hollins, and on down Miles Simon. A lot of guys.
A lot of people don't realize Lionel Hollins was a player in the NBA. He was on the 77 Trailblazers team
that won. And he was a good player.
He was.
He was a good coach.
A lefty.
Is a good coach. So what did we hear from Frank Vogel? I think it was last Friday that majority of the games at point guard are going to be started by Rondo, he said. Wow, he's a big Rondo fan. And then we saw a tweet from Dave McMenamin of ESPN, I think it was on Saturday, and it had been clarified to McMenamin that actually Rondo will start fewer than 10 games at point guard this year. So that sounds like somebody got to Frank Vogel and said, you better amend that statement. It might have been the king.
There you go.
The king. You can't mess with the throne.
No, see, there you go. You always.
Pretty weird.
Clarification.
Yeah.
The same reason, what I'm saying? It was a quid pro quo. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to start a majority of the games, which means fewer than 10. Wait, they play 82.
Well,
I don't know.
They're down
Doesn't add up.
They're down to 79 now.
Huh. Maybe that means that LeBron is going to start just about all the games.
Well, here's the thing, Skip. I would like to see LeBron play off the ball a little bit more. And Magic came on the show on Friday and says, like,
he did.
Playing the point all game long takes a lot out of you.
It does.
That's why I have.
And by the way, to your point, Magic also said, I always wanted the easiest guy on defense so I could take a little time off.
But that's what only really, Skip, when you think about it, only Jordan was probably of the great players always was willing to take the tough assignment.
That's true.
They did that with Larry. They did, now obviously with Big, Skip, you can't put a Big on Elijah Wan couldn't take a break and says, okay, I'm going to guard Charles Smith or Oakley and let somebody else guard Patrick Ewing. You had to take that. But for the most part, young, small